Good morning, everyone. This is Andrew. I'm on day 11 of my 30 days to 500K challenge put on by Bill Allen of 7-Figure Flipping. Challenge to post every day for 30 days in order to get the message out. My secret identity, that is a real estate investor, and what that's all about and what I do on a daily basis. And ultimately raise private capital, private funding for our real estate investments, if you want to join in on that. Anyway, yesterday I had a bit of a, not an epic fail, but a little bit of a fail in that I did not realize that my camera could not, in Facebook, my Pixel phone camera cannot mirror. So the writing on the whiteboard was backwards. I did some research yesterday and basically came to the conclusion that Android, or at least Pixels, don't have a feature in Facebook to be able to fix that. So I'm not going to use a whiteboard. I did learn that my camera itself, not on Facebook, will mirror the text. So I might post some standalone videos for that purpose if I feel the need. Anyway, so I'm going to carry on from where I was yesterday talking about the profit centers of real estate. I had mentioned cash flow. So cash flow is very important. Everything above and beyond all the expenses from your rents is your cash flow, and that is, to me, a very important feature. Appreciation alone is a play that some can do and some can be successful at, but that is somewhat speculative. And I'm in this for a business, and I want guarantees, or I mean, nothing's guaranteed, but I want that cash flow. I want my investments to pay me. The mortgage pay down, again, just to recoup, was your tenants paying down your mortgage for you. It's kind of like having a piggy bank that somebody else contributes to every month, and you reap the rewards. So that's a pretty awesome feature. Tax advantages. Real estate investing, whether or not you're in it for as a proper business, or if you're just doing it sort of on your own, more of a onesie twosie, that is has all the features of a business, where you can write off all the expenses, all the closing costs, administrative costs, pardon me, such as accounting services, certain amount of office expenses, materials that you require if you drive to the property, you know, your gas, so on and so forth. Similar to tax advantages, there's a depreciation feature where you can depreciate the asset, which is the real estate, over a number of years. That is something that you might want to talk to your accountant over. Again, I am not an accountant, not a lawyer, so all of this is just my take on things. A depreciation, you can depreciate over a number of years, writing off against the profits. The one thing I will mention here is that you know, sort of like an RSP, you do have to pay the taxes eventually. So you may or may not want to do that, depending on your situation. So let's move on to the new ones that I didn't discuss. So there's leverage. One of the great things about real estate is leverage. So you have an asset that does appreciate. Generally speaking, over time it always appreciates. In a lot of markets these days, it's appreciating quite a bit. You can, I guess that's actually, I kind of skipped a feature there, so we're going to hold off on that. That's appreciation. I'll just say appreciation. So since I'm on the topic, appreciation is the feature, one of the features, and you can refinance out, and you're basically gaining, you know, you haven't done anything differently, just the time has increased the value of that asset. They're only making so much land, and people always need a place to live. So, and you know, inflation and all sorts of market factors come into play, and appreciation is great because over time you are going to be a winner. My personal residence has appreciated 100% in 5 years, so that's awesome. So going back to leverage, it's one of the only things where you can buy an asset with somebody else's money, and in this case I'm referring to, say, the bank, where I can put down 20% of the value of the property, and the bank will put down 80% of the balance. Now, if you take something like the stock market, where I need 100% of the money to put into that, and many other investments. Oh, there's a cat over there. Hey, Stewie. Come here. Yeah, so you can leverage the value of the asset to borrow against it, and that's huge. You know, you don't have to come up with massive amounts of money to get into this game, although it is an expensive investment process. Reinvestment, so a combination, you know, of the leverage that you're getting, the appreciation you're getting, and instant equity that you could get, which I'll cover in a second. You can reinvest the funds. So if my property appreciates from $100,000 to $150,000, then I can pull out probably enough money to put a down payment on another house and just keep sort of reinvesting and snowballing over and over and over. That is the great thing. If you're doing it on your own, it might take longer. So appreciation to get up the amount that you need for another down payment could be 5 years or something. So you get another sort of $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 depending on what market you're in. But it can be done, and the more properties you have, they're all appreciating, and you can get a refi on those and use that money, pull it out, and put it towards something new, and it just grows and grows. It's sort of like compounding interest. And then instant equity would be one of the last ones. In that in the business sense, what I do is I look for undervalued properties that I can get at a discount, and so right away when I buy the property, I may or may not already have $10,000 or $20,000 in equity in that property, which puts me at a plus right away. Now, I will mention with the instant equity too. So the great thing is that I'm already in a better position. So at some point, I'll probably do a video on the drawbacks of or the potential downsides and the safety net that you need. So if you're buying a property undervalued, you already have a safety net there. So say you buy a property at 30% of a discount to market value, and say a recession hits because of COVID, you've got that 30% buffer already built in, and you're not going to lose any equity or you're not going to lose money, I guess you should say. Sorry, I'm stumbling a bit here. Anyway, it's a good safety net. Anyway, so we got cash flow, mortgage pay down, tax advantages, depreciation, leverage, reinvestment opportunity, instant equity, and appreciation. And those are just a summary of sort of the top 8 benefits of real estate investment. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for tuning in. No, I'm going to leave it there. Take care.